One Team Media. This is the Bogies and Bourbon Podcast, a weekly podcast talking about two of our favorite loves, golf and bourbon. And now your hosts, Justin and Matt. All right, inaugural edition of Bogies and Bourbon Podcast. We're your hosts today, which is Matt and Justin Hillhouse. We're in Tupelo, Mississippi. How you doing, Justin?
What's up, Matt?
Good, man. This is going to be a fun little podcast. We're doing a few of them now, and this is going to be added to the One Team Media network. But this is going to be one that I'm going to enjoy and just be laid back, and we're going to have fun doing this. And
this is the stress-free podcast.
Yes, and so me and you connected back in I guess this was before SEC football last year.
Right.
And you're a super fan, right?
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I was deemed a LSU super fan, and so then we've been connecting, and we've realized that we love golf and we love bourbon. We have a mutual. So I know I'm planning on we're gonna make the trip to Starkville, and you're gonna wine and dine me up there, right?
Yeah.
So
on you. Yeah, you pay for it, but I'll take it.
On a sponsor. We're gonna get it sponsored and all that. So
I
haven't played in courses in Mississippi. So I haven't done a lot of traveling and playing golf other than like going to Florida. Like we're going in 2 weeks to Perdido, and we have it mapped out. Like we're gonna go to Kiva Dunes. We're gonna go play the Peninsula.
Yeah, Peninsula. You lose a lot of golf balls there.
Well, I'm losing them anyway normally. So we're going to talk about that too, because you're a very good golfer.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm better.
I was talking to Paul Dempsey earlier, and he said, "No, this guy's good."
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm like a 3 handicap.
And you're like, no, just 3.
I mean, but I feel like golf's a sport. I was playing with a buddy today, and he was like, "I'm so shitty." And I was like, we don't practice. You're in like 18 handicap. And I was like, even if you got as good as you think, you're always going to want to be better.
Yes.
So it was like, I'm 3. Today I shot 2 over. And it was like I played not up to what I expect to play like.
Right.
So it's just one of those things. You're never going to conquer golf.
Well, and so I grew up playing golf with my dad, and I was never good. I have learned later on in life, I was a good football player. And I've learned later on in life that I've had some hip and back issues since I was a kid, and I didn't know. And we were just like banging heads together playing football for years. And then come to find out, I go to the doctor one day because my back is killing me. He's like, "Oh yeah, you got 6 bulging discs in your back."
Yeah,
So
that'll do it.
that's caused an issue with my golf game, but I still absolutely love to play golf
Yeah,
and follow it like crazy, obviously. But
right. No, it's like the most infuriating game. It's unreal. Like the buddy I was telling you about today, he has this big banana slice, and we fixed it a little bit. I was like, you just got to square up, hit the ball, try to hit the inside of the ball instead of cutting across it. And I think he shot 5 over through the last 5. So he's like, I can't wait to go back. It's a lot better than he usually plays.
right.
And he was like, you want to play tomorrow? You want to play the back 9? And I was like, no, I got to go do this podcast thing. And he was like, well, damn it, man. Like, I want to keep playing. So it's just one of those things that, like, once you find it, like, you're always going to want to come. You hit that 1 shot or 2 shot or just tinker with something. And you're like, all right, well, I'm going back tomorrow, damn it. And we're going to get this thing figured out.
Well, and so I love to go and just enjoy. I know at this point in my life, I'm never going to. I mean, dude, I'm trying to get into double digits basically all the time. So 2 years ago, I played University Club. That's where LSU men's golf plays, women's golf plays. That's their tournament place. That's where we'll talk about that. That's where the regional was rained out at.
Should have been
club, right. Yeah. Should have played. Yeah. So I played that 2 years ago. I was feeling great. I shot a 90, and it was the best I ever shot. Felt fantastic. And then I think we went on vacation right after that, and I was playing, I think it was Craft Farms or something like that, and bent over to pick up a ball out of like it was like buried in the sand, and I was just going to like get it out of there or whatever, and I bent over, back goes out. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, so that's why it's good for me just to be fat. I'm like 6'3", 255, 260. You can't pull fat, man. Like, you're just not like, I can go out there and play all. Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, love to play. That's when I know that at that point, I think it was like the second hole. We were looking for the cart girl immediately, and I was like, okay, it's time. I don't care what time it is. It's 9 o'clock.
Need to get something to ease the pain. You're talking about coming up for the LSU state game, so they have 2 courses.
Old Waverly,
Old Waverly, but then across the street is Mossy Oak, and Mossy Oak is designed by Gil Hance, who I think designed the Olympic course from a couple years ago.
Okay.
And so it's a great course. It's kind of a link style. It's all open, no cart markers. No, I mean, you just show up, and it's a really good test of golf. Well, Old Waverly hosted the 2000, I think, U.S. Women's Open. Okay. Then it hosted the 2019 U.S. Women's Amateur. Okay. So it's really good. It's like 30 minutes or 20 minutes from Mississippi State, and it's kind of like a point and shoot golf course. It's pretty open. Pretty wide fairways, and
it's I like that.
Yeah, I used to work there actually, and in college, I paid rent by being a waiter out there. So yeah, we'll definitely get the hook up out there.
Were you ever any kind of like golf pro or anything like that at some point?
What's funny is I didn't pick up golf till so I played baseball. Backstory: I played baseball at Mississippi College 1 year.
Okay,
and then I was like, screw this, man. Like, I'm not any good at baseball, whatever. And it's like, I'm not going to go pro. And like, I could go for free at Mississippi State,
right,
and just go to school. So I did that, did the fraternity thing, and then picked up golf about my junior year of college.
Okay.
So I'm 31 now, so I've been playing for about 11 years.
Okay.
So, but no, I was never a pro. Actually, when I worked at Old Waverly in college, I didn't even play. I could play it all day for free, and I was like, man, I'm so shitty at golf. I'm not going to go embarrass myself in front of people.
Right.
But now I regret it because I could have played a world-class golf. It's a number, like, it's in the top 100 for courses you can get on and play in the world. And I could have played it for free.
Public course, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's private. It's just one of those that you can have access to. They have a stay-and-play package where it's like you stay they have a cabin, and you can go. It's like $200 a night, and you can go pay to play the next day or something.
So, if it was me and my nephew, we come up there for a state game. We do a podcast up there. We can go stay at a cabin and then go play at oh, wow.
Yeah, and Mossy Oak and Old Waverly are like right next to you. You can like walk.
You can go play one and the other, whatever.
Yeah, so my wife took me for my birthday last year. We went, stayed at a cabin, played Old Waverly for lunch, had dinner at a really nice restaurant in where Old Waverly is in West Point, Mississippi, and then played Mossy Oak the next day and then drove home. I mean, it's perfect. Yeah, it's a lot of people do. That's typically like it's a big resort area there that a lot of people go on golf trips.
We're going to talk to so for One Team One Podcast, one of our big sponsors is Bank of England Mortgage, and Patrick Michelson is one of the guys who's over the head of that. He graduated from State. And I used to go up there and like stay with him for games or whatever. And you may know the name Taylor Bunch. You know that?
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
He's a fullback. This is like 98 when you guys were like really good.
Yeah.
Fred Smoot days.
Yeah. See, I was like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So I remember those guys, and I actually had a poster that had "Go Dogs 8-0" when we beat. We kicked a field goal to beat Kentucky.
Okay.
And so that was I
remember having a poster. 7-0 after you beat LSU.
Okay. And I just remember the Scott Westerfield kick as time expired with Tim Couch and like. It was a big. I mean, obviously Mississippi State is a big deal. So I remember that, but I don't remember.
You would have thought they won the national championship after.
I mean, that wasn't.
We were like 2-6.
That was as close as we've gotten. So
at the time,
that was Mississippi State's just an exercise in futility every year. So, but like whatever.
At the time, that was like, I mean, the first win in like 18 years or something like that against LSU or something like that. It was like, or eventually it was, you've only won one in the last 18 and then Dak came and then Prescott days that ended all that. But all right. So what are you thinking about the PGA so far? Cause we had our picks. You texted me your picks.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are doing very well.
I want to look at them real quick. We said,
I don't know anything about the amateurs, the course pros. I don't know anything about those guys, but
I know. So there's a guy named Omar Uresti who is obviously he's playing in it. So this dude used to play, and I could be completely wrong, but if I recall correctly, he played on the PGA Tour for a couple of years. He may have won on the PGA Tour, actually. Let me try to Google this real quick while we're doing it on
your ST. So we picked a favorite, a out of the box. Is it what? How'd you work that?
A sleeper,
and then we had to pick one course professional out of the 20 that are listed.
Yeah. So Omar Uresti is one of the pros. Did I pick him?
No, you picked Polland.
Okay, I picked John Polland. Just because I didn't want to be –
Nice try. Nice try, buddy.
Yeah. You didn't know who so Omar Uresti played at University of Texas. He has 2 wins on the Korn Ferry Tour.
Why didn't I know this before, though?
So I don't know. I mean, and so I don't know how he went back and got his amateur status, but he's not doing the shit that like normal course pros do, like folding T-shirts or making sure carts are done, getting tee time. Like,
he's like
just playing. Yeah,
he's like he's not
giving lessons to you at like 6:00 in the afternoon. You know,
right?
And so that was kind of cheating. I didn't feel like picking that dude.
Mm-hmm.
But
you picked Bryson, so we're going to talk about that. Tyrrell Hatton, that's a great pick right now, right?
Well, I mean,
as a sleeper.
Yeah, Tyrrell Hatton is my boy. I love that guy. I feel like if you ever I could watch an entire episode of just like, I wish he had a camera following him around 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
That dude is a walking time bomb. That dude is great. Let's see.
I don't know what he ended at. He was doing well earlier. I was like, that was a good pick.
But what's funny is I almost picked Brooks Koepka, and then I watched Brandel Chambly on Golf Channel. And he was like, he's Mr. Fragile. He's not doing anything. And then he's only played in 2 tournaments because he had surgery. And he played 2 tournaments. He played the Masters and he played somewhere else. And he missed the cut. Like he hit eject. Like he ejected so quickly out of those 2 tournaments. I was like, screw that.
So you know how Bryson is just like powerful and he's trying to overpower some of these courses. I think Brooks can do that too. But he's also got a finesse to him.
Yeah.
And that guy's just a fucking machine.
Yeah, I don't understand. He's like 30 under par more than anybody else in the majors in like the last 10 years or something.
I mean, I don't know why we ever pick against him.
I don't know. Now that I'm talking about it, I don't understand why I didn't. Like, it's like, screw it, man. I should have just gone with him.
Well, I just remember him like basically on one leg the last time I saw him. So
yeah,
I didn't really.
I want to see what. So I felt so good. I almost texted you like. Kind of throwing shade about you getting onto my Bryson pick. I hate Bryson. So whoever's listening, like Bryson DeChambeau can get fucked.
I hate him too.
Yeah. And the shirt he was wearing today, I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't see it.
So you need to Google it. I wish we had a graphic up. It's he's all about like, I'm so smart, I'm smarter than everybody in the world, or like that
Right.
plays golf. He wore a white shirt that was sponsored by Puma, obviously, and he had dumbbells or barbells on. It was like little pictures of barbells, delta symbols, like arithmetic symbols, showing that like, hey man, I'm smarter than everybody.
What a jerk.
And he was 2 under through like 3, and
Uh-huh.
then I think he bogeyed like the next 4 or 5 holes. And so I've never been so conflicted because I was like, yeah, like getting the bunker ball.
Right.
And but also I was like, well, I told you I'd pick him because Rory, like you picked JT, that was my pick. I
Yeah.
didn't. Rory McIlroy is my favorite golfer, and I couldn't pick him because he played like I knew he wasn't going to come out and do anything. So I was like, well, let me just see. I figured if somebody could overpower the longest course on the planet, it'd be Bryson. And he just whatever, man.
So I just think he it's a gimmick at this point. I think he's. I don't want to go so far as say he's ruined himself or anything, but like I think he was a better golfer before he didn't try to like just overpower everything.
Yeah.
I think he was just better. And I think it's in his head now too. I mean, so he was +2 at the time. He hits a drive. He must have hit the freaking drive 390 at least. He's got 190 left, 195 left for the par 5 to get there in 2.
Yeah.
He hits a pitching wedge, and he gets there, and he's got an eagle putt, misses the eagle putt obviously, and then he birdies. But it's like you could have just hit a nice drive and hit a good iron, and you could have been there. You might have been closer. Who knows? But like if you're going to miss the putt, like what's the whole show pony dance going on?
Yeah.
That's what I think is happening with him. It's just too much. Like I said, it's just I think it's for show.
It's just weird. Like now, I feel like he's just all about like puffing his chest out and showing that he can do all that stuff. Like it's awesome that he can do it. I can't do it. So I mean, part of me's jealous, but like,
well, I'm jealous.
He also won a USAM. He won the USAM before he got big. He's won 4 or 5 tournaments before he got big, and so I don't know. I can't remember. I should have been more prepared, but I think that he won the U.S. Open last year. But I guess that was just the beginning of him getting big. And he was just hacking. So, I mean, there is a little bit of merit to
getting
it.
big as in taking steroids. Are we?
There's no way, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, you gain 40 pounds of muscle in 3 months or something.
Yeah, you're juicing, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so Koepka is in the lead. Keegan Bradley was the guy that I was thinking about. I love Keegan Bradley, and I think it's who I almost picked, and it would have been a disaster. But I was thinking, okay, South Carolina course. Kevin Kisner knows this area like nobody does, and I think he ended up like +5.
Somebody picked that. One of my buddies picked Adam Scott. No, Cameron Champ. They were both
okay.
Both shitty. Cameron Champ shot 10 over today.
Wow.
So I mean,
what about Schauffele? Do you know where he's at?
I don't. Let me see real quick.
Schauffele's another guy that just I have to pick him for like Masters because I feel like he knows that course very well. He lines up with it well, but yeah, they're showing lowlights of Rory today.
Rory, like I said, he's my favorite golfer, and he came out. He bogeyed. He had like the scariest bogey, like the best bogey of all time. He hit one, took a drop, hit his 3rd shot in the bunker, sculled his bunker shot, but it hit a hill and spun back to like 3 feet. And then he whipped in. So he made like the scariest, sketchiest bogey. And then he went birdie. And I was like, all right. I got up early to watch him. And I was like, all right, this thing's back on the tracks. And then I think he just like sleptwalked. Like I wrote down a note to talk about. Like this dude hits a 3 on a you're showing it on TV right now.
Yeah.
He has like, it's a 600-yard par 5. He hits a 350-yard drive. And he hit 300. He couldn't get to it because of the wind. And he, instead of laying up with a wood or being sure that he could carry this bunker or this waste area, he hits a 3-iron, flails it out, it gets embedded, and he makes a bogey. And I was like, you and I could have had better course management than that. And this dude's worth, a $200, $300 million man that does it for a living. Like, Helen Keller could have had a better course management strategy than that right there. And it was just, you're so much better than that, dude.
Rory's getting to the point where I'm thinking about betting him to not make cuts in majors. Like he'll blow up. It's either it's all or nothing. He's got an extreme about him now.
Like O-Town. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's just so frustrating because he goes on these birdie runs and it's like he's the best player in the world. He's the most talented player in the world. You watch him play, and then he
Right.
hits some shots like that, and you're like, holy shit, Matt Anderson could hit that shot.
That's something.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, come on.
All right, I'm watching Keegan Bradley highlights. Was Keegan Bradley wearing some Jordans today? Because
Had to be.
That's one of his things. He likes to wear Jordans on the
Yeah,
course. I kind of like him.
I like Keegan a lot. I don't like watching Keegan a lot.
Okay.
So I mean, like he just looks awkward, like the way he approaches the ball. You know, he like steps back, steps forward, does all these club twirls, and like he just doesn't look comfortable.
Okay, but he's not like slow like Shane Lowry or anything like that.
No. Actually, good talking point. I don't know if you saw today. Somebody got assessed a slow play penalty. John Catlin.
Okay.
He got assessed. He's from America. He's from the U.S. He plays on the Euro Tour. He got a slow play penalty. It's the first slow play penalty on tour since 2013, or in a major since 2013.
Wow.
And
that's saying something because you
I
guys.
know. So I was like, well, how bad? Like, how egregious was it? And he got a warning, and then a couple holes later, it took him over a minute to play a shot. Okay. And I was like, whatever, man. Like, I mean, they wouldn't give that fucking penalty to Bryson DeChambeau.
No,
I mean,
absolutely not.
Yeah, that dude takes 5 minutes to hit a 3-foot putt. I mean,
yeah, like, nobody wants to play with him, and nobody wants to play with Lowry for the same reasons.
That was one of the things the PGA just had to come out and was like, "See, told you we were going to give you people slow play penalties," and it was like it was never going to be anybody.
Guy. Right?
Yeah, it was never going to be any. Jordan Spieth would never get that penalty.
No. So I had Justin Thomas, which I think he ended up +2. I think he's
was he +2 or +4?
Oh, maybe. Oh, I don't know. But I also had Webb Simpson, and Webb Simpson is always capable of pulling out I've always said that he'll pull a 63 out of his ass.
Yeah.
Every now and then, you just never know when it's going to happen.
Let's see. Yeah, Justin. Oh, we're kind of in the middle. Justin Thomas finished 3 over.
3 over.
So,
okay. So he's got some work to do for tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, so Koepka to me is in perfect shape. I know this Connors guy's at -5. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, he's good. He's from Canada. He won I thought it was the
RBC
Valspar
or something like that. What do they
call
it?
He won the Valspar. There he is. He's got a really sweet, easy swing. And he's from Canada. So you may be thinking about the RBC, but he is from Canada. He won the week before the Masters in 2019. I remember that.
Okay.
And, so he
even though he's leading, you would think that Koepka is the favorite.
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I don't know. His butthole's got to be so tight right now. Like getting ready to thinking about sleeping on a lead in the PGA Championship.
Yeah. Where Koepka just eats this for breakfast.
Yeah, he's just not. I mean,
my dad
going to sleep like a baby.
My dad talks about Koepka all the time, and he hates Koepka. And I think it's because when Koepka first started, he was very boring. He was very plain Jane. You still don't really get any emotion out of him. But I think ever since he's gotten a little bit more notoriety, and he's done stuff with Barstool and things like that, and he's messing around with those guys. You can kind of tell that dude, this guy's just the complete package. I think we're witnessing a guy that's just complete top of the game.
Yeah, he's a serial killer, man. He is,
especially with his goatee. He really looks like a serial killer.
I wrote down when you were talking about his mustache. What the fuck? This dude, instead of being sponsored by Nike. Okay, first off, he had a shitty. Did you see his hat today?
No.
His hat was the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I did. It was like
patched together. It was like somebody didn't have enough material for a hat.
I did.
So he's got some kids in a sweatshop to put together different material and make a Nike hat, which may not be far off from what happened. But
no, it was literally in the sweatshop. Right?
Yeah, but I was saying he had a mustache. He reminds me the way he carries himself. He reminds me of my dad. He reminds me of a dad.
Yeah,
he looks like he should be not sponsored by Nike. He looks like he should have the white New Balances and be in Levi jorts. Going to the Home Depot on a Saturday.
But he's also, he just walks so nonchalantly, he doesn't have, anything going on or anything.
Yeah, it's almost DJ-like. It's nothing but between he's not worried. He can't be bothered. He was like, I'm just going to go make this course my bitch and then move on.
Right.
But yeah, I just remember he looked, the mustache today would definitely make, if he had white New Balances on, like the dad's shoes, he would complete the outfit.
Yeah, right. All right, we got some questions in our chat. Let's see.
Sure, okay.
Jack Breslin is in the chat, and he says, "Any updates on Lowry at the 17th, lads?"
Yeah, let me check. I saw that he was he called for a ruling.
He's probably still trying to hit. That's how long this guy takes. So,
Well, he was because we were getting ready for the show. I didn't even see what was going on, but I did see that he was calling for a rules official, but then they said his time ran out.
okay. Well, of course it did. Dude, the guy takes the longest ever.
And let's see. Let me see if I can find anything.
He's not on the leaderboard currently, right?
No.
Yeah, he's just sitting around. All
right. So he made a double bogey on 17. I know that's what he finished with. Okay. So I don't know the context of or how he arrived at double bogey, but I know that he finished with a double and then he birdied 18, and now I think he finished at 1 over.
My guy, Ben Cook, even par.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. We're gonna pull it out. Ben
what
Cook.
Is my boy John Pollen? I look so good today.
I haven't looked. Ben
John Pollen was 1 under at one point.
Check up Ben. No, it just rolled off the green. So anyway, all right. So Jack is in the chat as well. He says Connors is in the mix often.
Yeah, no, he is. He's solid.
He also said easy on the butthole talk. Hashtag cock and balls, and that's an inside joke. We're now sponsored by Bocox Cigars, and we're talking about doing a cigars and talking football, and we're going to call it cock and balls.
Nice. That's funny you mentioned that. My wife just said, "Did you just say tight butthole on a podcast?"
Tight butthole, right?
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how you. Yeah,
you're good.
I mean, you know,
is she watching currently?
No, she's in the other room. She's doing something. So she's a family medicine doctor, and she's doing some continuing education or something.
Okay,
so she's just on the other side of the wall, but it cracks me up. She just sent me a text, and she was like,
"No, pro move here. I'm on one side of the house, and she's on the complete opposite side of the house. So there's no way.
I need to get the logistics worked out for my office.
All right. So what are you drinking right now? Because this is a bourbon podcast as well.
Yeah, I'm drinking some just some Michter's, just single barrel.
Okay.
In my master's cup. Hey, while wearing, I don't know if you can see. Look, check this out.
So I can't see it.
That's the Kiowa, the Ocean Core shirt. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
and I'm drinking. So I have our One Team One Podcast Louisiana Masters shirt.
Yeah, it looks good.
OneTeam1Podcast.com. Go get your gear. And I have a Ricky Fowler, Arnold Palmer hat going on. Yeah, look at Jack just sneaked into the stream here, and he's put our visit our shop page link on there. That's pro move, Jack. Appreciate that. Yeah. He's just
ambush marketing here.
Exactly. All right, I'm drinking some Uncle Nearest, 93 proof, so very smooth. I drank a good bit last night.
Clearly,
so I'm trying to take it easy tonight a little bit.
I just got into mine.
Okay, so and here's another thing that I do sometimes. This is a home concoction, and everybody that I've done this with, they love it, and I have to like preface it like that, and I have to like show them, and they taste it, and they're like, okay, this is fantastic. It's Crystal Light peach iced tea.
Okay.
And you do a couple of splashes with the bourbon, and I don't, when it's a really nice bourbon, I'm going to try not to do that, but like for Uncle Nearest 93 proof, I'm going to mix a little bit of peach iced tea with it, and it tastes, I mean, it's not an old fashioned, but it kind of gives me that feel, but sugar-free as well. I mean,
man,
way to go.
Watch your figure. Yeah.
I need to post the recipe.
Yeah, you do. I saw you and Jack and the other guys doing the DJ Bourbon Club. And,
yes.
But I need to get in. I need to start drinking some old fashions. I don't. I think I've had a couple of them before, and it's not something I go for. But I think it's because I had a bad one, my first one, so I never go out and look for it.
You have a good one, you'll remember.
I know that's what I keep hearing, but
that's kind of what when we were doing these old fashioned reviews. It's I was choosing places before I even did it, and I had to remember like, okay, who had a good one? And there were a lot of people were telling me, "Hey, you need to go to this place. You need to go to this place." And I was like, I've had their old fashions before, but I don't even remember it. And I realized that I only chose the places that I actually remembered the old fashioned was good. And
Yeah.
there's some that are like, okay, that one's really good, and I'm never going to forget it. But then there's some that are just like, okay, blah blah blah.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, or like the ice isn't good. You've seen some of those videos. I kind of had to get kind of particular, but so all right. Who are you thinking? I mean, odds on you're thinking Koepka here, right?
I don't know how you pick against him.
I don't
Honestly,
get
I don't want to. I'm not the biggest Brooks fan, but I don't know how you pick against him. Like I feel like the wind's gonna pick up at some point. I feel like Corey's gonna give a shot back here or there. Now I think he's fully capable of winning it, but I don't know how you.
I mean,
got the man that's chased down everybody in one major, full major.
I don't think Keegan Bradley can stay up there. I think Hovland could. That's a kid with a lot of confidence. When he's playing well, we've seen that before.
Yeah.
He's a guy that can stick around. I'd have to see the rest of the leaderboard. I bet you there's some guys at even right now that are just still right there.
Yeah, I think Spieth's got even today. I definitely wouldn't count him out at all.
You know what surprised me was Mickelson, 2 under.
Wow, I didn't even know. I saw him hit a couple shots, and I didn't even because I went and played golf this afternoon, and I didn't get to watch him play. And but I saw a couple shots he had, and they were talking about his driver was going all over the place, but somehow, I mean, that's Phil's game, so whatever. I wouldn't put anything past him.
Just get an iron in my hand and let me do the rest.
Let me do my thing. Yeah.
I wouldn't have never. I'm glad I didn't bet that because I would have bet him like, under par or whatever the line would have been. But this guy has some. Greg Koch, he has some nice Jordans on. I'm a big Jordans on the course guy.
Oh yeah, you like those? Yes.
I need to get some pros on and think and get like what their opinions are. Like I know Sam Burns a little bit.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. Let's say speaking of pros, so I saw that Sam, the pride of LSU, he backed out today or withdrew after 9 holes or 10 holes.
You said it was a back issue, right? Okay. Yeah. And talk about somebody that was so hot right now coming.
I know. I'm glad I didn't pick him because I almost did. I mean, I almost put him as a sleeper just because he's been. I saw some people say that they projected him to have like a Daniel Berger, or Daniel Berger's great, but some Daniel Berger or another comp for him, and I was like, I think he's a budding superstar, man. Like this dude's unreal. He's like a big athlete just playing golf, and I think he's unreal talented. And, I think I think he can be as good as he wants to be. Really,
we had a few guys from LSU, like John Peterson is a guy that we follow quite a bit. He's got another podcast, the For the People podcast. I'm a fan of. But John Peterson's a guy from LSU that did really well, started off pretty well also, and then just he couldn't get over the hump. And then Smiley Kaufman was another.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was in the mix. He's in the mix. Was it the Master or U.S. Open?
He finished second. He was in the final group of the Masters.
Okay.
And then he won the Shriners or something a couple years. So
we thought he was just on a trajectory to be a superstar, but that happens in golf, man. Like you get the David Duvals is what I always think of it as. Is like
David Duvals, Hunter Mahan, like they're just on top of the world, and I'm actually friends with a girl that her brother played with John Peterson, I think, and Smiley, and she lives in Tupelo. Her husband and my wife are doctors together.
Okay.
And, her name's Blaze something. I'm trying to look up what his name, but they're from, I think she told me they grew up at TPC Sawgrass. So I was like, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Well, no wonder. Yeah. But I'm trying to see. I was like, okay, well, hey, anytime you want to play, let me know.
Yeah. But that we can get those guys on. We'll get Peterson on, and then JJ Killian is his partner. We can try to do a joint podcast with those guys. That'd be great.
Yeah, I would love to. Those guys are. I saw that
they're hilarious.
JJ had he tried to qualify for a tournament a couple weeks ago and had a ball get stuck in a tree.
Okay.
And, I mean, they had to like go up and identify it like in the tree and stuff. So I haven't kept up with him a ton. I haven't heard. Saw some video of John a couple weeks ago.
I think that he was trying to qualify as a club pro in this.
Okay, Omar did it.
Pro. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's a big. I mean, he's West Texas guy, so they say whenever it's like a course with grass, he doesn't play as well.
I mean, there's some merit to that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to get them on. Those guys seem cool. We need to get together and play some golf before football season.
Well,
And,
I know Jack's been watching, and he wants to play as well. So
yeah, I'd love to have all
talked
them.
to. All right, so and we're going to try to get these guys a part of this. Bocock Brothers Cigars. They are trying to do a golf apparel line as well.
Yeah,
they may be in the mix for like doing some sort of like golf tour or something like that. And if it's like a Louisiana, Mississippi kind of thing, maybe we can kind of keep it regional. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, that would be great. All right. So if you were to play this course in South Carolina, what would you shoot?
All right. So I need to qualify it. I'm playing the Pro Tees.
Right.
Right. That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
So before I give you my answer, so are people there?
You're playing like, okay, I'm Phil Mickelson.
So I'm playing in the
people are there. Yes.
I'm shooting 100 maybe.
What?
I mean, you think higher?
You're a 3 handicap.
Yeah, but I mean, if you win, you get like $2 million. I mean, I think that
first round though, you're gonna be that tight. Like you're gonna be like,
yeah. I think we'll say, let's see, 3 handicap. I hit the ball about 300.
Okay.
And so, but that's still the way. I mean, no, I mean,
it's Bryson, really but whatever.
Right. So I hit it 300, and I'm still looking at 200 yards. I mean, no, there's. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, it's super long. Yeah,
I think conservatively would turn. I think I shoot at best 93.
Okay.
At best. I think at worst I shoot 110. Which is tough for me to swallow. But I think that I think it's tough. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like under the gun I could hit. If you say, hey, you've got a crosswind and you need to hit a 5-iron 200 yards to a tuck pin, I just don't think it.
You don't just lay up?
I mean, I'm not a bitch. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I'm hitting the shot.
We're gonna clip that one.
Yeah. So I mean, if you think that, I mean, if you want to qualify it like that, I think if you give me a driver, I hit a wedge and then a wedge.
Yeah.
And then, 2 putt.
Well, okay. That's the thing. I know I can't get there, so I'm obviously going to lay up.
Yeah. Okay. Really laying up. No. Okay. We'll say 90. We'll say 90. If we're gonna do it that route, if we're playing
it, bitch.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough, man.
If you're gonna shoot 100, I mean,
sky's the limit.
120, 130, easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super long, obviously, but
it's not so much that. So the length is one thing. It's another thing for 100 people to be watching you.
Sure.
And it's another thing for you to be playing in a tournament.
Yeah.
So I mean, those 3 things. Like, you think going out, like when you're by yourself at the municipal golf course and some group of 50-year-olds let you play through. Yeah. And your knees start to shake a little bit and you top it. And you're like, all right, well, think about that. But it's exacerbated and you're hitting with 100 people in front of you and it's for $1 million if you win.
Yeah, to me it would be the putts. Like the putts that you should normally make.
That are given to you when you and I play for $1 a hole.
Right.
Not given to you and you got to make them. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, it just wouldn't happen.
Hitting out of the sand, that's another thing. It's not a strong point of mine. And these guys are hitting out of sand like on fairways and stuff.
These guys are freaks.
So, all right, we're going on vacation in 2 weeks. Kiva Dunes is one of them that I am going to have to figure out how to hit out of some sand. I don't feel like I've practiced enough getting into this, and it's going to be a nightmare.
There's going to be an adventure. You need to send some videos of it.
Yeah,
I need to send you some tutorials on how to get out of sand or like what.
Like a YouTube clip or whatever.
Yeah, I play with a buddy that refuses
clip it right out of the sand so easily, and I'm like, oh god, give me.
I have a buddy that I play with that's like, hey, you just don't hit into it. I'm like, well, no shit, thanks.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to Kiva Dunes Peninsula. Is there another one you recommend up there?
Perdido, I'm trying to think. Perdito's pretty close. Perdito Golf and Racket Club's good. I think
Okay.
they're pretty close to you guys. But those are the three.
It's a 1 week deal, so I'm gonna try to get to 3 and not just 2.
Who's going?
Well, it'll be my whole family. So my dad will be
Okay,
playing with us. Jack will be there. My brother-in-law is pretty good. My brother-in-law walked onto a golf course one time and played with us, and was in a little municipal courts here in Baton Rouge, and he had flip-flops on and shot a 79.
I mean,
And yeah, 6'7", long hitter,
yeah,
just smoking cigarettes.
yeah.
79.
No, I was asking because I didn't know if it was just you and your wife, and because I was like,
No.
usually.
Now, my wife is talking about getting into golf. Is
Oh,
yours into golf?
No, my wife hates golf.
Okay.
Actually, she hates that I play so much. But
Is she interested in maybe getting into it because
Yeah.
she'll spend more time with you?
yeah, she doesn't mind like when she's not. So for the listeners, my wife's 36 weeks pregnant.
So
But
not now.
no, she's not down right now.
No.
But typically, she loves driving, and she'll get out. She's a really good putter, which is she and I played in a couple scramble a couple years ago.
Okay.
And we got 1 over or 2 over. I mean, it was really. I mean, for a scramble with her never playing, it was really good.
Right.
But she doesn't like if we go play. She only wants to play 9. If we go on vacation, I'm there by myself playing. Like she's not going to ruin her vacation by going and.
Like she wouldn't ride in the cart with you. She'd be doing.
No, she would maybe do it one day if I like coerced her.
Okay.
But 2 days or 3, like Kiva doing like all those, and she'd be like, "No, absolutely not. I'm going to the beach, and you can fuck off."
So there's a lady that I think my wife follows on. My wife loves watching TikTok videos at night, and then she'll send me some stupid TikTok video, and that's usually what I end up posting on social media for all of our other accounts. And so she's feeding me content. But one of them is this lady who gets like drunk and she's playing golf and like it's kind of ridiculous, but like the lady's having a lot of fun on a golf course, and she's like she starts sending these videos to my sister because we're all about to go on vacation together, and she was like, "We all need to get into golf. Like, look how much fun this is. Like this lady's like shooting vodkas and like riding on golf courses and stuff."
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna tip the scales or not.
No, and I think when Mary Beth gets when she has the baby and like we get to go on a trip, I think she enjoys going and drinking and hanging out. But I think if it was 9 holes, I think she'd be cool with it.
But 18
is just long. Like
it's a grind.
I told her, I was like, thankfully that you're married to somebody that's decent at golf, and I'm a fast player. Yeah, and I'm a fast player. Like I don't hardly take. I just go get it. And
no, we're not fast.
Yeah, so
Justin, you're not gonna like it. Slow. I'm taking my time.
Yeah, so the reason I justify it because I was like, I'm fast because I don't know where the ball's going. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no point in me taking 5 practice swings if I chunk it. So like,
yeah, I don't do that. Now, Jack is going to infuriate you. You're gonna. Yeah, me and you need to ride in the car together. You don't need to ride in the car with Jack. Yeah, I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Do you walk? Do you walk courses?
Yeah, I told you I'm fat, so like
you're trying to use that as your exercise.
Yeah, we canceled my cart membership at Tupelo Country Club.
Oh,
shout out them. They're one of the. I think they're the best country club that's not super private in the state. Okay. It's unreal. But I walk. I typically, if I have some buddies that play, there's a big gambling group I play with, and we'll play. I'll walk 9 holes and then I'll ride the back 9 or something. But yeah, so I walk. I probably walk 3 or 4 days a week. So
okay. How often are you playing?
3 or 4 days a week.
Okay, that's
it. Like on Mondays, I work from home, but that's it. But that's not too much if you think about it. And but on Mondays, I work in office. Like I travel a couple hours to go to the office where I'm based out of, and the rest of the week I'm working from home. So. I get my stuff done, knock it out. I'm just an accountant, so like nothing's gonna get away from me.
You're not playing with like clients or anything like that, right?
No. So I used to be in public accounting, and I used to play with clients all the time.
Or they would like bring you on for like a golf.
Yeah, so they'd have like a sponsor
tournament or whatever. Yeah,
I'd play with them.
You're the ringer.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. And
so I'm in advertising.
You're right.
So one of my one of my things is every time I sell somebody on something, I'm like, hey, do you play golf by chance? It'd be great to be able to take somebody every Friday to go play golf and I can expense it. But I can't find that right person. It seems like every time I sell somebody on advertising, they're working all the time. So they're like, dude, I don't have time to go play
Don't
golf.
have time to go play golf.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, yeah,
I wish I
makes
had my own company. You could definitely sell me, and we could get out
That's
there
right. Exactly.
and play. We, yeah, and it also helps that we don't have kids yet, and my wife is
Yeah, we don't have
working
kids either.
all the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's working like 12, 14. That sucks for her. I was like, you chose this life, man. Like,
My wife works for the state, so yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So she's working, Mary Beth's working 12, 14-hour days. And I'm like, well, I mean, why would I not go play 9 holes when I can? Like,
Right.
You know, whatever.
Well, yeah, she's already working anyway, so she's not going to know that you're gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Now she will when the baby's born.
That's what, there's a big tournament in Tupelo, a 6-man scramble. And I had some buddies being like, yeah, your wife's going to be so tired of you. So the baby's coming in the middle of June, and the tournament's in the first weekend, July 4th weekend. And she was like, or they said, your wife's going to be so tired of you by then, she's going to be begging you to get out of the house to go play golf. Uh-huh. And so I told Mary Beth that, and she was like, you're not going anywhere. You're not playing shit. And so I think that now we've kind of talked her into like, yeah, I think you need to let him play the tournament.
Yeah.
Hopefully I keep
well, you're playing 3 to 4 times a week now. Do you feel like when the baby comes, it's going to get shortened down to 1 or 2 maybe?
Yeah.
I don't feel like you're prepared for this.
No, if nothing else, it just needs to be for the optics. Mm-hmm. I think because I told her that I was like, listen, just give me a stroller, and because I walk anyway, it's on my back. Yeah. I'll just like, what's he gonna do? He's not gonna get away. Like, I'll just push him on the stroller, and he's just gonna be sleeping. Like, give me a bottle and a stroller, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. She's pretty adamant that my golf. I was like, well, let me buy a simulator and let me stay at the house.
Oh, there you go. That's a good compromise a little bit.
Yeah.
I have a little simulator. Well, actually, I took this laptop that was meant for the simulator, and I've stolen it now, and it's my laptop for podcasting. I didn't know I was going to do that until COVID hit, but it was for a simulator in we have a little garage area set up, and it wasn't. Those aren't easy. Those simulators.
No.
I mean, if you wanted to you have to get a really good one, like a $10,000 simulator, for it to be like, all right, this one's kind of easy to play and all that kind of stuff. The other ones are not easy.
I just need something so I don't get rusty. Like, I mean, that's all.
Now I just have it like a screen, and I just hit it in the garage. I don't even use a simulator or anything. I'm just kind of like,
you just hit into it.
And yeah,
I did that the other day. I was chipping in the house, and it was so dumb. I was chipping in the house, but I was chipping on my couch. Like, I had a wedge, and I was just hitting little pitch shots onto my couch. Yeah. And I thinned one and put a hole in my drywall. And that ended that. And I felt like a little kid who was about to like get in trouble by his mom. I went and like put the golf club up and the ball and like didn't mention it. And just kind of sat there, and she was
like, what happened?
Yeah, what was that? And she's like, it's a golf ball. Like, you can see the dimples. Like, I don't know. It was the dogs. I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say something like you put like you just moved a picture or something, put it.
It was lower. I could have done something like that, but I was trying to think of it was like in The Hangover when Alan has all the numbers going through his head.
Yeah,
it was like that as soon as I hit it. So,
we used to have a pool in a backyard in our last house, and I would chip into the hot tub, and it was like a little area from way back. I would chip into the hot tub, and every now and then you catch one though that you didn't think you were going to catch, and it's gone.
No doubt.
In the neighborhood. All right, so all right, you're just only playing at Tupelo every time.
Yep.
Okay, you don't. So my dad is a member at a country club right outside of Baton Rouge, and he just plays that course all the time. So whenever I go out and play with him, I mean, he's getting better and better every time he plays. And I'm like, okay, you figured this course out by now. Is that kind of what you're thinking about doing? You just want to like figure the course out, or do you have like interest in playing other courses?
No, I mean, I enjoy. I basically just play Tupelo because it's really nice.
Well, and
And
you had friends that are playing with you every time.
yeah, and actually I have a buddy of mine. Shout out Steve. I've taken about $300 from him in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, poor
I
guy.
had another friend say I just need to call in my mortgage because he just pays it every month.
Okay.
And we play $5 par wins, $10 birdie, or doubles every stroke less. And so I think I owed him 75, and he Venmoed me like 200 the other day.
Okay.
So I've won about $275 in the last 2 weeks.
So you're basically a bookie.
Yeah, yeah. Like you want to play me for yeah. If you want to gamble, let's go. And
do you play better when you're gambling?
I think so, just because I think I concentrate a little more.
Okay,
but I'm not the biggest gambler, but I mean, if you want to play for a little money, like it adds a little bit more pressure to it.
So you were mentioning the DJ Bourbon Club, the Durante Jones Bourbon Club that we do, and like we had on Justin Vincent, one of the ex-LSU football players.
So he played running back, right?
Yeah, running back.
Okay, I remember
he was the national championship game MVP.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And he played for the Steelers. And so now he lives in Baton Rouge. He actually works at LSU now, doing some like recruiting and TAF stuff. But he was saying, okay, put you against somebody else in a scramble against me. And so we decided, okay, it's me and my friend Chris, who we'll probably bring onto this one day. And Chris is actually pretty good. He'll shoot like 85, 80, something like that. And I was like, okay, so a scramble, like me and Chris, like I think we can take him. Like, so I found out, all right, Justin Vincent plays, he'll shoot like 85 or something like that. And I'm thinking, okay, we got this. But then he was like, okay, we're going to play for money and we'll play for $1,000.
Shit.
And the look in his eye when he said that, he was like, for real.
Oh yeah.
And I could tell, like, okay, the competitive juices in this guy are like in a different level that I don't know. I actually was like, I don't know if I want to take.
I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah,
right.
Like
but then I was like thinking about. I had to call a few people. I was like, hey, you know Justin, right? Like, you've seen him play, and they're like, yeah, you got this. You got this.
Yeah. It sounds miserable.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, I know.
Imagine trying to hit a 3-foot putt that wins you or loses you money. Like a 3-foot downhill left to right or whatever, and you're just like, all right, well, this is for $1,000.
No, but if it's me and then it's my friend doing it, like I'm not going to feel as nervous about it. Like
that's also true. Yeah. So now I play a little. I mean, we have a little wolf. I don't know if you play wolf, but we play wolf, and it's just where you have 5. Like if you have 5 people, you can do it with 4, but it'll be. So I go for you throw. We pick out a set number of who go, like an order of people 1 through 5, and then so 1 tees off first. It goes in order, and then he gets to pick after the, like, say you're number 1, you drive, I'm number 2, I go and hit a good ball, you say, all right, me and you, so you and I are on the same team versus the other 3, and then you play best ball,
right?
And so then whoever wins gets a certain amount of money. So if it's $5 par, like if we win with a par, all 3 of them owe us $5 each, so we win. Okay. Yeah, we win $750 each.
Okay.
So, and then it starts over. Like the next hole, number 2 goes to the second guy starts, and it goes in order like that.
Okay.
So you start on a new team each time. So that's a big game in Tupelo. It's fun, but people.
I mean, I would never bet on golf because I know I'm so bad. And like I have friends that are big in gambling anyway, and they were sending me stuff about FanDuel for the PGA Championship. And I did it for the Masters, and I picked some people, and I'm like, okay, I obviously don't know, like I don't know these guys as well. Like these guys have researched this, and I thought I was doing well, and I look it up, and I'm like, okay, I'm close to last on this whole thing. Like I'm just pissing away $100. That's all I'm doing. So I can't do that anymore.
I can't do that.
I would be pissing money away if I bet on the golf course. Unless it was a scramble like
that. But if you did that, so if you're really shitty, like as bad as you say you are, you're typically going to be always on the 3-man team. So then it's just 3 versus 2.
Okay.
So it used to have a fighting chance.
Yes,
so it really just depends on who.
That. And I'm good with like a 4-man like tournament or whatever, where I can go. Let me go first.
Yeah, show us the line.
Let me get my shot out there, and if it's a good shot, and you guys are comfortable, like I love that kind of role play.
Yeah. No, we're good. We'll figure something out. You can get y'all up here to Tupelo or us to Baton Rouge. Or me
Yeah.
to Baton Rouge.
Have you been any courses in Louisiana?
I have not actually. We
Okay.
when my wife interviewed for residency, we drove through Baton Rouge. We stayed the night in Baton Rouge, and then, but then I didn't get to play any golf. So
Okay.
I wish I would have, because I wanted to play the university course that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, and you're well, no, you can play it anytime. Yeah, you can play it. Well, no, it's like a semi-private, so you would have to have somebody with you.
Okay,
If I'm not mistaken, but
gotcha.
I used to have some passes at our work to do it, but I'm trying to get that back. But CCL is another good one, but you have to have somebody with you that's a member there too. I got a couple of friends there, but other than that, like, dude, the courses have just really gone down here locally. It sounds like your courses are way better shape than ours.
Yeah, the courses around here are pretty top notch in my opinion. But
You know what about Mississippi State? I know you're not like you're in Tupelo and all that, but like, dude, the the landscaping in some of these places, Mississippi State has. You're saying like basically does the Mississippi State golf team play at Old Waverly?
yeah, they do. That's where
Okay.
they're based out of. Yeah.
And so LSU plays at University Club, which is a good course, but the actual LSU golf course on campus is trash.
Really?
And it's embarrassing because it's like this is an agricultural school.
Yeah.
Like why is your course so terrible?
Why is it
Is
so
there
cheap?
is there a course on campus for Mississippi State?
Yeah, there's the Mississippi State University golf course.
Is it good?
It's in pretty good. I hadn't played there in about 3 or 4 years, but it's pretty. I mean, yeah, I would think it's pretty average with everything. There's definitely like a lot of people actually go to Old Waverly. So Old Waverly is like 15, 20 minutes from Starkville.
Okay.
And then a town called West Point. Well, a lot of people will go like in the off months or even during football game weekends. They'll go to Old Waverly and stay, and then play like Old Waverly, Mossy Oak, and State Golf Course.
Okay.
So it's in pretty good shape for sure. I would say average. It's not anything that you're going to be like, holy shit, that was awesome.
This was terrible.
My experience, but you're not going to be like, that was bad. It's
This
like
was
50,
awful.
yeah, this one's like $50 around and pretty good.
Oh no, this is like $15, and you feel like you wasted $15.
Yeah.
So, which is embarrassing for a school like LSU, an agricultural school, to have A&M school to have a course like that was just, just tear it down.
Especially with all the money that's in LSU.
Yeah, and I think there was something where somebody I posted a whole big thing about it one time, and I was just trashing the course because I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
And somebody DM'd me, and they were like, look, you can't say who I am or anything, but like, here's some of the things that happened with that course or whatever. And they were going to give me some updates of what happened. But like, apparently there was some big turnaround, and like the LSU decided not to put any more money into it. And it just kind of went down, and they're trying to get it back. But it's like, at this point, it's just too bad,
Yeah.
I hate when golf courses are like that. It's like, it's such a great course. And like one little simple change or like one bad weather, and like you weren't prepared for it. And like, just like that.
Yeah.
It's just a big turnaround. All right, dude. Well,
cool, man.
We've been an hour in, so we'll wrap.
It doesn't feel like that. It feels like home.
I know, right? Yeah. So let's wrap up this episode, and we're gonna get some other content going here too, and we'll just keep posting videos to our Twitter account. So follow us on Twitter, Bogies Bourbon. It's at Bogies Bourbon on Twitter. We may make it. I may make an Instagram account too.
Yeah, we need to do that. You need to teach me how to.
So I get all these. So Summer, my wife, sends me golf videos all the time because she knows I like watching all these videos, and so I was like, "Oh, this is perfect for like an Instagram page." So
no, absolutely, you need to teach me how to post all that stuff, like embed it, because I feel like that. You remember the old advertisement? Like, do you guys know how to post videos to Facebook? I feel like I have no idea. Like, I can link it, and that's about it. And I can do a GIF, and that's all.
No,
Yeah,
so now One Team One Podcast, we have 4 interns that do all this stuff for me. So
hey, yeah,
I don't have to do it all.
we just need to hire an intern for Bogies and Bourbon.
Well, we'll just say they're an. Oh, by the way, you got promoted. Now you're
You're now an intern over 2. So yeah, we need to do that because I think that'd be great.
Let's wrap it up. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. We're gonna have weekly on YouTube, but then also we'll have our audios on Spotify and Apple Podcasts for the One Team One Podcast under that umbrella. But also One Team YouTube page. We appreciate everybody again. It's Matt and Justin. All right, Justin. We got Koepka. We're watching Koepka here.
Team Koepka for the rest of the weekend, I guess.
I think that's it. I think that's the guy. So
all right, man.
Appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys soon. We'll talk to you guys next week. Appreciate it.
Enjoyed it.